Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zafra991, but you can call me Jack. And today we're at Barcelona, Circuit de Catalunya. We're in the Euros round 4 in lobby 2, starting in P2 in the Porsche Cayman. And this is a really interesting race actually, so make sure you watch to the end. There's lots of good stuff coming up. Just a reminder guys, if you are new, make sure you subscribe, like if you like, dislike if you dislike, comment your thoughts and share the video if you know anyone that might be interested. Anyway, so we're off the starting grid now. So anyway, we're starting P2, so ideally we want to try and finish better than where we started here. I'm going to just try and keep it all as safe as possible at the same time as well. So approaching the first turn here. And I don't really get the best of exits here, but we're still going to make it work. We're still going to give it our best shot. So it actually looks like Golf Nut Pro actually gets relatively close behind me here. Really fast driver as well. The same with Shifter up ahead as well. You might recognise Shifter from the Multiclass League. We have had a little bit of a battling. We have battled. I can't speak. We have battled a little bit, so I'm sure there's many more battles to come. And of course, we're going to just try and keep things really as safe as possible here. So we're actually doing okay. We're managing to just keep things as consistent as can be done, at least for the time being now anyway. I think I could have maybe gone a bit wider there, just to maximise my speed. But we're playing it careful because we're also on mediums. For this one, I'm going to go 3 stints. I'm going to go at the end of lap 10 and the end of lap 18. Or at least that was my original plan anyway. We'll see if I stick to that. And yeah, we just some fantastic camera work here. Just obviously showing off some of the liveries as well. So the Golf Nut Pro gets very nicely tucked in inside. The Golf Nut Pro makes a good move on me there, but luckily I just about cover it just in time without losing us too much speed. So here we go. We're approaching the chicane here. I'm not really sure what it goes by, but it is a chicane of sorts. That is an interesting one to get right. But we managed the first lap there, so there you go. So skipping to lap 4 here. So we've actually maintained second, and we've also not made any crucial mistakes or errors. So this is great. So actually we've actually built a bit of a gap as well to Golf Nut Pro behind us. So again, this is also very good news. Now, for those wondering about the title of the video, don't you worry. It is, of course, coming up. What you may have clicked on the video for. So just sit tight. But in the meantime, we just want to try and keep with Shifter as much as possible here. I believe Shifter, Golf Nut Pro may be on softs. I'm pretty sure Shifter is on softs at the moment, but I'll try and keep the pits on the screen when possible. And there we go. We're taking the line again, and slightly better that time. Although we get a little bit of a less of a good exit. And because of that, Golf Nut Pro is now invited into the slipstream. So you can see there, the time is quickly going to start closing in now. Golf Nut Pro has a run on me. And in the Renault, of course, we know from Grandpa, it is very, if you use it right, you can excel a lot in it. Speaking of which, we don't have Grandpa here to battle against today, so I know it's not right, is it? We don't have a rival. So don't worry though, guys. There is another rival, at least for this for this video anyway. So of course, stay tuned. But yeah, with no Grandpa here, of course, can't try and beat him, or at the moment, him trying to beat me. So yeah, of course, we'll check in on his video, see how he's doing. When that gets uploaded, I'll leave a link in the description. Because we're in lobby 2 as opposed to lobby 1, which he's in at the moment, because previously he's qualified a little bit higher than myself. So here we go. So we're going to try and take this corner, and we do okay. That's not too bad. We have set a 154.618 as a fastest lap so far, and you can see my difference in times here. Shifter is on 153.224. That's pretty nice, and there's no slipstream as well. That's pure speed and skill. So of course that will take a lot to contend with, at least for now anyway. I need to try and get my hit my apexes and stay focused on the road ahead, not in my mirror. Golf Nut Pro back there actually appears in the mini-map, so of course starting to close in a bit with the slipstream. And I think generally around the corners, the Renault is going to excel. And this is more of a handling track in my opinion. There is a couple of straights. Its majority is long, tedious corners. So, yes, I think that chicane cut a bit too wide. Yet there you go. And because of that, we actually get a penalty. So we're going to serve this. And basically, we see the back of Golf Nut Pro in us. I would also going to see a Golf Nut Pro for a while. There we go. We got Danny right behind us here. And look at that delta, quickly closing down. He's definitely gunning for this position here, so we're going to have to give it up. Going to try and keep it on the inside here, but I'm just a bit too far back and the door has already been closed. We are going to keep with Danny though. And I'm not sure on anyone else's strategy. All I know is myself, and I know that I want to start on mediums and then go to softs. So I'm just going to go medium, soft, softs. That's what I'm aiming for. So I don't mind being slower right now, so long as we don't lose too much time. So that means we should be able to push later on. I'm just having a nice little look here at the fantastic camera rock. I do love this circuit. It's a really good track. Definitely one of my ones I feel more comfortable with. Of course, it is one of the ones I used to play on the channel. So naturally, there's I'm a little bit familiar with it. But in GT Sport, I have driven it a couple of times now, including in 3-man league, which if you haven't seen, I'll leave cards scattered throughout the video, and of course that one will be included. So I actually hit this a bit wide. Following Danny's footsteps, we both get a penalty of half a second. So not ideal there. Danny's going to serve a little bit. I'm going to serve a little bit. Looks like Danny's going to serve it almost all of it. Sorry, whereas I do serve all of it. I thought it might be safest to do it there as opposed to do it on a straight. And you're going to see here, unfortunately Danny does cut the last chicane. I looked at the replay, it looks very, very close, so yeah. It happens. It happened to me a couple laps ago. So we're actually going to take the position from Danny, so we're back into P3. So we're on podium once again. Shifter's in the pits. And yeah. Well, there it is. That is the that is the bottle, or basically how it went wrong on the replay here. You can see I just overshot that turn, that chicane a little bit too much. I rode the sausage, but not very well. So because of that, we're actually going to be in last place here. So yeah, the reason, well, this is it. So now it's all kicking off. So the reason why the video is called Don't Give Up is because, well, all the events that are going to follow shortly. So we're in, of course, working our way up in the grid. However, we are going to go into the pits. We didn't really make up a lot of time there, unfortunately. So there we go. We had our mediums. Now let's pop in some softs, and let's also splash a bit of fuel in there. I want to just go up past the diamond because I was caught in traffic and I was on medium. So I'm going to just overdo it slightly, and that way I can push just a little bit harder. So we know we don't have to go in for fuel anymore. At least we'll keep an eye on that, but we should be all good. Mackie and Crazy Spaniel in the pits, so we're actually going to make up a bit more time now. Although it depends where they're going to come out. Let's pay attention here on the right as they come out. So there's Mackie, and there's Crazy Spaniel. So we just about come out side by side with Crazy Spaniel. I would have liked it if I could have got just a couple more seconds, so I could have been ahead. Because I think this time is compromising here, but this is a nice little battle nonetheless. And with this circuit, I know I've got the pace, so I'm not really holding too much back. Of course, being safe as much as possible, but I didn't mean for that contact there with Crazy Spaniel. But of course, I think that was just a bit natural with the cars. We've got grip, we've got fuel management, we've got all of this that comes into play later, of course. But yeah, pretty much, I feel the car getting a lot lighter at this point, and I think the slipstream, because it's relatively intense, it does carry me a bit. Anyway, so we are right behind Danny now, so we've found ourselves back in now in P6. Now I'd like to find a way around, so as I mentioned a minute ago, I know I've got the pace, so I'm going to try and keep things as safe as possible here. Are we able to make the same move like we did on Crazy Spaniel not long ago? Is that possible? Not quite yet. Although we should get a pretty good run here. And as you see, my fastest lap has actually gone down a bit as well, which is great. And there you go, setting purple sectors, so we're doing pretty nice on timings. So I was just a little bit too far back to make the move work there. Or even just attempt the move. And there's long left-hander here where a lot of time can be gained if you get it right. So we're quite firmly in the slipstream here, so we know we're going to be getting past Danny. Just the question is when. And with everyone on different strategies here, it could go any ways. So I didn't quite know what to do here. I didn't mean to bump Danny there, if that really was a bump, but I do get the position there. And yeah, we're just going to move forward, so that's great. So we got P5, and I thought Danny was going to make a move here, so I was a bit hesitant, but actually no, Danny holds back, which is nice. I appreciate that. So ideally we can work together here and start finding our way through the pack. That would be nice anyway. And as you can see on the Delta there, I'm actually gaining a lot of time, which is great. So we're right behind Gorilla Gaz and Kevman. This is pretty much the meat of the video, I guess. That doesn't sound quite right. Let's pay attention up ahead here. So of course we're going to be going through the chicane, hopefully not making the same mistake like earlier. No, we're all good. Kevman going a little bit wide then, actually going off track slightly, and it looks like almost compromises Gorilla Gaz. I'm going to assume that was maybe tyres, or maybe it's just, I suppose, a series of unfortunate events, and unfortunately Kevman does get a penalty, so it's going to serve that. So we're going to be promoted here into P6 for just about the start of the next lap as well, which, as you see, again, I'm still setting faster laps. Not the fastest lap, but we're definitely moving up a little bit, so to be fair, my qualifying time, I was very, very impressed that I managed to qualify P2. But there you go. I think it just goes to show, enough practice, you can really achieve anything. So yeah, no, it's all good. So anyway, we've only got 4 laps left of the race, or 5, depending on if you count the last lap. But either way, we've still got laps left. We're still setting purple sectors, and we're right behind Gorilla Gaz in the really nice purple livery. So we're going to keep an eye on Gorilla Gaz because we're pretty much going to be. Well, I won't spoil it, but we've got lots of good moments to come yet. So anyway, we are just about hanging around in the slipstream here with Gorilla Gaz, and I'm feeling my car get very light at this point. I'm using the Logitech G29, so of course it's not really got massively good force feedback. Of course, it's better than nothing. My Thrustmaster TMX that I used to use, or T150 I think it was, the blue one. Of course, I felt a little bit more. I think the force feedback was a little bit more sensitive, which was nice. So in this one, I don't feel as committed to the cars when I'm using this wheel, but we're making it work anyway. At least till we get an upgrade eventually. So because of that, the car's lighter, the tyres are slightly going, but I've still not noticed too much of an effect. Of course, in the game I'm seeing it, but actually racing it is just it's very rough. So anyway, we are in a slipstream here, and as you can see, just briefly in distance, Danny is about there. So it's good because we've come out of the pits on lap 19, so that basically means we're going to have, I think we've got slightly fresher tyres than everyone, if I'm correct. So that should mean we should be able to push just a little bit harder, and that is exactly what we're going to do. However, we do overshoot that corner there, and again, leaves me a little bit of time. I wish I didn't overshoot that corner, but you know, it's these mistakes that we make that we learn from. So in a way, it's good that I'm making them now, but at least we know for future. Just, you know, I've got to be cautious on fuel, because you can see in the bottom left there, the gauge, it's starting to get a bit low. Doesn't help that I've got the colour of the car the same as that, but oh well. So anyway, approaching this long left-hander again, and not taking it too badly that time, I suppose. And you can see there, Danny's looking like he's getting a lot closer. Now, I'm not too sure on the exact timings. However, we're going to do a Tokyo Drift style again. I just grazed the dirt, and because of that, my back right tyre just got caught off-road, and I think I just broke a bit too soon. It just wasn't ideal, but there you go. We lost a lot of time once again, but we got a cool little drift in there. Definitely got to be catch of the series so far, I suppose. I'm just making these up as I go along now, I know. Anyway, so Gorilla Gaz is ahead of us again. He makes a little bit of a mistake, so that means we are going to gain a little bit more time. And again, I don't know if this is because of tyre management or maybe just my confidence on track wave, my race pace. I'm not too sure why, but we're doing alright so far. So here we go, just trying to look at our way around here, and you can see us three just starting to get closer and closer together. Some lovely camera work here. Now anyway, we're going to continue, so we've not got long left of the race now. Literally, we've only got 2 laps, so what can we do to get past Gorilla Gaz? We'll definitely not overcook that. We don't want to overcook that first turn there. So, but either way, we're not slowing Gorilla Gaz down, which is great, because that means he's catching up Danny, so that means we can catch Danny. So maybe it's best that we made those, maybe it is best we made those mistakes, so that way Gorilla Gaz could get his head down. So maybe, I don't know, it depends how you look at it, I suppose. But either way, we find ourselves in a nice little group here. And we're of course on the back of it here, which is good because we should be able to slingshot. And in a way, it actually preserves our tyres and fuel a little bit more. So I suppose that's always an added bonus. So just need to figure out a way around. Oh, and look at that, getting very, very close to Gorilla Gaz there. Try and avoid contact as much as possible here. I want to keep it as safe as it can be. And here, accidentally gave Gorilla Gaz a little bit of a bump, and my apologies. I did apologise after the race, but that was a complete mistake. If I'm honest, I didn't actually feel the contact. I think because the car was feeling a lot lighter with the fuel. And of course, my wheel's not the best. I'm not blaming the wheel or fuel. I know it is my fault. It's just I just didn't expect it. I didn't really know how to react, and if I'm honest, I didn't really feel it as well. But that's a shame, but we are past Gorilla Gaz now, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and avoid those mistakes in future, but again, just learn and, forgive and learn, I suppose. How's that sound? I feel like that's a phrase catching on now. Let me know. Anyway, so we're right behind Danny, and we're going to just try and pretty much take this position from Danny safely, of course. We don't want to cause any, we don't want to have any mistakes or any accidents. So there we go, we're going to be looking on the outside here. Danny wants to go defensive, so that's fine. However, it does slightly overcook it, so we're actually going to get a nice run there. And that's pretty much going to be P4. JDP's quite a while off at 9.3 seconds. And of how long's left of the race, it's just not quite going to be long enough. You can see on the last lap, I got it down to 6.4. I reckon maybe a couple more laps we could have got there. Well, if we didn't have those couple of mistakes in the race, but at least we learned from them anyway, and we've pretty much avoided getting penalties for the most part as well on that back bit, so that's nice on that last chicane there. And yeah, that's going to solidify P4. So there we are. So yeah, guys, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, like if you like, dislike if you dislike. There's the scoreboard. Look at how close it is. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a lovely day and take care.